Hi friends, welcome back to Foster Care Monday. I hope you all had a wonderful New Year's. We spent the night in with a sick child, so it was not super exciting for us, but a good New Year's regardless. Today I'm going to answer a question that I actually have been getting a lot of recently. I have typed answers out to people who have asked me this question on some of my videos, but because I'm getting it so much, I feel like I'm just going to do a video, and that way anybody who has that question in the future can just search for the video and it'll all be in one place. So that question is, does having a disability automatically disqualify you from becoming a foster parent? The short answer is not necessarily, no. But if you want to hear like a little bit more kind of in depth, and we'll dive into it a little bit more, stick around. But first, if you're new here, my name is Anna Leonora. Together with my husband Jason, we are foster parents in real life. And here on my channel, From the Fosters, we do foster parenting life together, and we raise awareness for the foster care system. So if any of that interests you, then please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel down below. While you're down there, don't forget to hit your post notification bell, set your notifications to all so that you won't miss when I post any new videos like this, and so you can join my growing cyber family here on YouTube. So let's just get into it today. A lot of people have been expressing that they are interested in becoming a foster parent, but they have some sort of disability, and we know the gambit of disabilities is massive, right? Like there's all kinds of different disabilities out there, and people are curious if having a disability would automatically disqualify someone from becoming a foster parent in the United States. I want to preface this by saying that I really can only speak for my county and my agency and what their policies are. And I can speak kind of broadly, but I cannot give you a definite for every disability, for every state, every county, every agency. They're all going to be different. But I'll speak sort of in broad terms, and hopefully this will give a little bit of clarity. So again, I already gave you the short answer. The short answer is that disabilities do not automatically disqualify someone from becoming a foster parent. However, every state, county, and agency is going to have their own requirements. That's just standard. Every state, county, and agency's requirements for becoming a foster parent are going to be unique to that place. Where I am, disabilities do not automatically disqualify you from becoming a foster parent. I imagine there may be some types of disabilities. If someone is not able to care for themselves, so if an individual needs a full-time caregiver, then likely they're going to have a hard time getting a doctor to sign off that they can care for someone else. If they can't take care of themselves, I can't imagine a doctor would sign off that they could take care of somebody else. And one of the requirements for becoming a foster parent where I am is that you do have to have a physical with your doctor, and your doctor has to sign a form, fill out a form, and sign a waiver that you are physically and mentally capable of caring for children. So if one has a disability that makes it so they're unable to meet their own activities of daily living, I can't imagine a doctor would sign that form, but I can't speak for everybody. However, there are a lot of different types of disabilities that do not hinder a person's ability to care for children. There are plenty of people with disabilities that raise children, and there are plenty of people with disabilities that are foster parents. I can tell you from my experience, I have severe ADHD, which you know if you've been watching the channel for a while. And ADHD is considered a disability in the United States. So technically, I have a disability. But I have no problem with my ADHD caring for myself, caring for my home, holding a career, and it doesn't interfere with my ability to raise children. So when I had my doctor fill out my physical form, my doctor didn't have any concerns for me being able to mentally or physically care for a child. So where I am, your disability does not automatically disqualify you. However, you have to be able to prove to your doctor that you can take care of yourself and that you would be able to also take care of a smaller human, i.e. a child. I don't know that there are any like names or types of disabilities that my agency would look at and automatically say, no, I don't know that. If there is a list of those somewhere, I have not seen them. But again, I think it's really going to come down to your individual state agency and your doctor. The short answer is that having a disability does not automatically disqualify you from being a foster care parent or a foster caregiver. The longer answer is that it kind of depends on what the disability is, what your ability to take care of yourself is, what your ability to care for another human being who is incredibly vulnerable, i.e. a child, especially a child of trauma, what that ability is. Does your doctor believe that you have no concerns for caring for a child? And does your agency have any particular rules around it? So I want people with disability to understand that it absolutely does not disqualify you automatically. There are lots of foster parents with disabilities. I actually personally know a foster parent who has a disability that makes it so she's unable to work. So she does get a disability check from the state, and she is still a foster parent because even though she cannot work and hold a job, she still is physically and mentally able to care for a child. So her doctor has signed off on that and our agency has allowed it. And she is a wonderful foster parent. And I think in some ways it actually helps. She's home. She's able to be home with the children. And there are certain children in foster care that really do better with a family that has a stay-at-home parent. My family does not have a stay-at-home parent. My husband and I both work full-time. So there's not a stay-at-home parent here. So if there's a child that really needs to be in a home with a stay-at-home parent, we're just not going to be the house for them, but maybe she would be the house for them. So it does not automatically disqualify you, right? But you need to do, if you really are very serious about being a foster parent, one of the first things you need to do is find the agencies in your area, reach out to your local county Department of Social Services or Department of Family and Children's Services or Children Protective Services, whatever they call it in your area. I usually tell people it's just easiest if you were to go into Google and say like foster care in Fulton County, Georgia, or foster care in Pender County, North Carolina, whatever county you're in, just foster care in that county and state and see what comes up. I know in my county, when I did it where we live, it immediately took me to the Department of Social Services webpage, and then there's a subsection for foster care, a subsection for people interested in becoming foster parents. They had some information there, and then they had a contact person. And I actually just reached out via email to that contact person, and that's kind of how we gathered the majority of the information that we needed before deciding to officially start the process, and then how to start the process. And she, signed us up for the classes, walked us through what needed to be done. These people, they want more foster parents. They're not trying to discourage people from becoming foster parents. We need more foster parents. So if you reach out to them with some questions, they're usually going to be not only just kind and respectful, but they're probably going to be really excited about you. If you're someone who's interested in being a foster parent, they're probably going to be more than willing and able to answer all of your questions, point you in the right direction of resources. So absolutely, that is the first thing that you should be doing if you want to be a foster parent, is figure out what agencies are in your area, figure out who the local department, what it's called, and who a contact person is over there. Get in touch with somebody, ask the questions, because again, every county and every agency is going to be a little bit different. So maybe if you reach out to a private agency that operates in your county and they tell you no, but you reach out to the county directly, they may tell you yes, or vice versa. So you have to just kind of get to know who the players are in your area. Find a contact person online. It's usually quite simple to do with a simple Google search. Reach out to them and ask what the requirements are in your area. But as long as you are able to care for yourself and you have a doctor who will fill your forms out saying that they believe that you would also be able to care for a child, it should not automatically disqualify you unless there is something against the rules for that particular agency. So definitely people with disabilities can make amazing parents and amazing foster parents. And I hope that if you are a person with disabilities and you want to be a foster parent, that this helps just kind of encourage you that it does not mean that you can't be a foster parent necessarily. And I hope that you do the research and meet people in your area and ask the questions, find out what the qualifications are, what the disqualifications would be, and really start that process, because y'all, we need more foster parents, not less. So this was a wonderful question. I'm so glad that so many people of you have been asking. As a person with disabilities myself, albeit quite mild ones, and a mother to a child who will soon be adopted that has special needs and disabilities, and my mother works in the disability community. So as someone who really has a heart for people with disabilities and on a disabled spectrum, I really hope that this gives you all hope that it is possible. And not only is it possible, but you all can make some of the most fantastic foster parents that there are. So with that, as always, if you have questions, leave them down below. Again, this was a really fun video for me to make. And yeah, if multiple people are asking the same question, why not just make a video to address it? So I love you all. As always, I hope you go out and continue to shine your light into the world. And until next time, bye.